Welcome back to the North Mankato Community Update. I'm your host, Anna Brown, and I'm joined by City Administrator Kevin McCann. Hi, Kevin.
Hey there, how's it going?
Good. And Mayor Mark Dean.
Good afternoon. What a great day.
It is a great day at Bluff Park. I don't know, have you guys been to the overlook much?
I have been to the overlook, and I've traipsed around or biked around the fine prairie grass up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice park, great overlook. I was up here when there was the cross-country ski trail here that one winter. That was nice too.
Yeah. Well, it's October now, with the leaves changing. You can see some great vistas of the city over my shoulder here, and so we encourage people to come up and take a look at the overlook. It's really a magnificent view this time of year.
Yeah.
So and it's only going to get better over the next couple of weeks. So we hope people will come up and enjoy it.
Right. It's a little bit of a trek back into the park from the parking lot, but so worth it. And it's just beautiful out here. Just take a little loop around. And do you know how many miles it is, or how long?
It's about a full mile.
Okay.
Around here, as far as I know.
Yeah.
This started off as a bicycle trek without pavement when I was a child up here.
Oh,
we
really?
cut it in with our bikes, and then it became Bluff Park after that.
Oh,
Back then it was just an abandoned farm field.
Oh. Well, and now it's host to beautiful prairie, our overlook, and it's host to some events. So this month we'll have the Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin walk here.
That's right. That's on October 15th, Saturday night. It's from 6 till 9, and it kicks off our Halloween season, and so we hope people will come up and take a look at that. I believe there's some prizes, and you can enter your pumpkin if you would like.
Yes.
You can do that through the library. So.
Yes.
But you want to come up and take advantage of that. It's quite beautiful back here with all the jack-o'-lanterns lining the trail, and in the dark in the evening of a beautiful fall night we anticipate. So we hope everyone will come and enjoy it. And with that, that's the start of the Halloween season for North Mankato. And then on October 29th, that Saturday from 2 to 4, there'll be trick-or-treating on Commerce Drive at the Commerce Drive businesses. So you want to keep an eye out on that. And then on Halloween Day itself, on October 31st, we'll have trunk or treat at the library from 5 until 7.
Yes.
So we hope people will come out and take advantage of that as well. And it's a nice way to do some safe trick-or-treating with your kids, do it all at the library, and everything's there in one place. So and a lot of our businesses are sponsoring that. So please come down and patronize them and get a check on what's going on.
Yeah. Have you guys taken your kids to the pumpkin walk?
Yeah,
or
we did the
trick-or-treating?
pumpkin walk last year, and that was the first time we did it, and I just couldn't believe how many pumpkins were here. But then the line, it was just like single file, the whole mile loop, back to the parking area, which we had to park probably half a mile away to walk, here and then do the loop. And
Come early to get a good parking spot. then.
right.
Well, and be cautious. It's going to be dark, and so make sure you've got lighted clothes and all those things that you would do just like trick or treating, so that people are aware that you're out there walking around.
Yep.
And then October 23rd, I don't want to forget, is the Dad's Belgian Waffle event at the fire station number 2. That's a fundraiser for the fire department, the volunteer fire department. Runs from 8 until noon, and we hope people will come out and support our firemen. They do a great job of supporting us, taking care of us, and keeping us safe, and so we want to support them as well. So please come out and enjoy that Sunday morning brunch after church, whatever, and come on up to fire station number 2.
Yep.
Great opportunity to support the firefighters.
Yes.
Yeah. So then turning to a couple of city municipal services that are going to be happening in October. Administrator McCann, do you want to talk about some of the public works activities?
Yes, this time of year is busy for public works. We have the annual fall drop-off, so that starts October 6th through the 8th, and that's from 7 to 5. And then Sunday, October 9th from 7 to noon. And it's at the Public Works Yard, 610 Webster Avenue. You can bring any junk that you have at your house, cleaning up, getting ready. We are not accepting mattresses or box springs anymore, just due to the cost of all that. It's become very costly to take that, and we're not going to accept those, but you can bring any other materials down. So it's a drop-off, so you just have to come through that yard over there. There'll be arrows and directions to help you know where to go, and then you just unload it and you keep going through the line and get out of there.
Right.
And there's also the paper shredding on October 8th, and that just starts 8 a.m. until the truck's full, so get there early if you got some papers you want to shred and not have any risk of identity theft or whatever else if you just throw it away.
Absolutely.
Yep. And then continuing the cleaning out theme for this fall, we have fall leaf collection, and then they also do some cleaning out of our hydrants with water main flushing as well.
Yes, so continuing with the cleanup, the fire hydrants have to be cleaned out twice a year. The water main's flushed out, get rid of any sediment or debris that kind of settles in. So you turn on those fire hydrants and let the water flow out, and that's going to start in the lower north October 3rd through the 7th, and then the hilltop 7th through roughly the 21st, weather permitting, and just kind of go through, get all that. So the homeowners should just be aware that their water might have different color grit, so just don't use it right away for anything like laundry related. Make sure you kind of let your faucet run for a while to get back to that clear water color before you start using it again for those types of things. And just contact the city if still maybe hours or days later you're still seeing any issues, and we'll come check it out.
Right.
We do want to just caution people when you see those fire hydrants being emptied out on the street, be a little cautious. There's quite a bit of force in those, and, and you don't want, if you're driving through them or walking through them, it can be powerful. So you want to be cautious when you're doing that. Just be aware that that's going on. Yep.
Yep. And then the fall leaf collection will be taking place as well?
Yeah, fall leaf collection will be starting soon. So this is where the homeowners can take their leaves from their yard, grass clippings, rake them into the boulevard, just leave them there, not in the street along the curb, just leave them on the boulevard. And that's just the leaves and grass clippings, no twigs or branches or any bigger objects. There is at the public works yard, there is the compost site. You can bring that stuff to. And then also no bags or anything, so just leave it loose. If you want to bag it and haul it yourself, public works yard would be the spot to bring that.
Yeah. And additionally, no pumpkins should be left on the curb
no
either.
Pumpkins.
Those should be taken
those
to the
can cause a lot of
compost
damage
site.
to those blades of the big back truck that sucks them up. It's a big explosion and ruins the blades and things like that.
We don't want to do that.
Right, none of that.
We do want to keep the leaves out of the curb because we don't want them entering into the river through the stormwater system because that raises the nitrate level of the river. And so we'll be trying to be good stewards of the water quality of the Minnesota River, make sure that we're being as good about that as we can.
Yep. Okay. And then let's move into some engagement opportunities, both by voting for North Mankato officials in November, what we need to know there, and then as well as some engagement and feedback opportunities. Do you want to speak on that?
Yeah, so obviously the mayor is winding down his tenure here, and so there's going to be an election November 8th for a new mayor. Also, 2 council member seats are open with a couple refiling there's 2 other additional, so 4 filing for that, 4 for the mayor. There'll be the candidate forums coming up on October 6th. It's going to be filmed and then rebroadcast. That will be the opportunity for the citizens then to hear. If you do have questions that you want asked, the League of Women Voters is kind of organizing this. You'll be able to email them specific questions you may have for these candidates and be able to vote. Along with the election, there absentee ballots. You can come to City Hall and fill out the application for that, or go to the courthouse and vote early if you want to go that route as well. So those opportunities have already started. Otherwise, November 8th is the election day.
Right. And then you want to talk about some of the feedback opportunities that are coming up?
Yeah, so along the lines of a new mayor, potentially 2 new council members, myself being relatively new, it's a great opportunity now to begin that strategic planning session, look at what the goal is for the city. But before we get to that point, which would probably occur in February or March of next year, we want to start to get some citizen feedback. So there's going to be a citizen satisfaction survey coming out late October, early November, and we're contracting with a firm that specializes in these surveys, Polco. So it's going to be a random selection of who's actually selected for the survey. So don't be surprised if it's a weird company. It's called Polco, and they'll be making those contacts. But we also are having these general opportunities called Brewing Up Ideas. It was done previously 5 or 6 years ago, so it's been a long time since we went back to the citizens, had them give input on just these big picture ideas, what the city should be focusing on. So that one is coming up on October 19th from 6 to 8 at the Spring Lake Park Warming House, and there'll be beverages and refreshments and some food to enjoy while you're helping shape the vision for the city's future. And we ask that you pre-register just so we have an idea of how many people are coming, but we'll take anybody that comes that night. There'll also be opportunities if people can't come in person, they can submit some online forums as well. It's not going to be open for days on end. It's just that specific day just to really narrow the feedback we're getting on things.
Yes.
That's just a great opportunity. The first time we did the Brewing Ideas series, it really was successful. Really helped guide the council and the city on where we were going. One of the biggest things that came out of the last one was to redo the Spring Lake Park pool, which we did, and has been a huge success. And so we're looking for those next things that the citizens look for in the city, both infrastructure and probably more importantly, the quality of life things. What can we do to make the city better for all of our citizens and our guests that are attending the city? And we just want to get as much information for the next council going forward as they start to prioritize the strategies going forward for the next 5 years.
Yep.
Great. And then bigger than North Mankato, there's also a Greater Mankato Inclusivity Study taking place as well.
That's correct. That's being sponsored by the Mankato Area Foundation, Mayo Health Systems, and a number of our community members. I think GMG is involved with that, and the Diversity Council. And so they're all involved in this survey that's being sent out through the Greater Mankato community, both Mankato and North Mankato. We're asking people to fill that out, give us your impressions of where we're at as far as diversity, inclusion, equity, and give us some feedback on that, because that too will help generate some strategies and some planning sessions on things we can do to embrace all of our citizens as we are looking to add more workforce in the time of workforce need. And so we want to be as inclusive and embracing of a community as we can. And so we need people's feedback on that. So we really ask people that they participate in that survey as well and get us some good feedback.
Great. Well, thank you guys both for being here today at
thank you.
Bluff Park. Thank you for joining us. This has been the North Mankato Community Update.